Well, when it rains, it pours. Obviously, we're hearing the news all about Kudus heading to Spurs. Russ has done a live video about that. And I'll keep my thoughts until that is officially announced. However, like I said, when it rains, it pours. And rumours are now suggesting that Roma are advancing in their pursuit of Greek defender, the best name in football, Konstantinos Mavropanos. Um, Rumours are that Roma are very keen on bringing the centre back to the club. West Ham did sign him for around about 20 million euros back in 2023. Former Stuttgart, came from Stuttgart, formerly played in the Premier League for Arsenal, came to West Ham with some reasonable hopes, but it didn't really turn into anything I could write home about. I'm not going to lie to you, I was never his biggest fan, but as I do with every single West Ham player that comes through the door, I back them, I give them the support that they definitely need. He's a Greek international. He's played over 36 times for the Greek international side, and played several games for West Ham over the past couple of years. I've always felt like there was a calamity there. I always felt like he was one of the things that I think West Ham liked about him was his advancing centre-back style of play where he advance with the ball and go forward, and he'd done that a lot for Stuttgart, actually chipping in with a few goals here, there and everywhere. The problem I found is that doesn't work in the Premier League, and he got found out a lot, and a lot of people always dug out Gerd for not having the greatest of times at West Ham, but I always felt like Mavropanos was equally as not great during his time at West Ham. He's 27 years old, Greek international, like I said, Premier League experience. Roma are coming into the market looking to bring him into the club. He is at West Ham with a contract until 2028. And I do feel like if West Ham can recoup any form of close to the money that they paid, they would really probably snap the hands off of a club that does come in for that. I think West Ham and probably most clubs prefer players. Well, I don't know. I'm probably contradicting that statement. I think most clubs normally would prefer that if a top-notch player is to leave their club, obviously they want the most money for their asset, and most of that money would come from the club that plays in the same league as you. But I think the best case scenario would be that that player doesn't play against you moving forward and moves to another country, and you get back more money for your value for your money. That's why with the Kudus situation, I think we as West Ham fans would have preferred if he was going to go Saudi Arabia, go to another country. But of course, selling to your rivals, it's happened before. We've been there, done that, wore the t-shirt. But I can't, as much as it disappoints me because I'm living through the world of my son who loves Kudus. I love Kudus. I said several times last season that I've never seen a player have a monumental fall off a cliff than Mohamed Kudus. But I'm here to talk to you about Konstantinos Mavropanos, also known as Dinos. I'm not going to lie to you, I had him on my sell list. I think that he can generate some form of income for the club that we can invest in the right position. I don't think he fits a Potter system. And I think at the age of 27, that it's the right time to look at selling him. And to be honest with you, I really do think his game would suit the Italian market a lot better. But who knows? I think we expect, like I said, when it rains, it pours. We're hearing Kudus, we're hearing Mavropanos. I expect more players potentially heading out the door. I think with these players, Potter and his team have seen enough to know who they want to keep at this club before they start to bring in players, and to see what kind of kitty they've got available to them and how much finances they've got to be able to push out and start bringing in players in. But like I said, contracted to the club until 2028. He's been a reasonable servant, but I really am not going to lose much sleep, if I'm being honest with you. But I do wish him, if he does go, I wish him all the best for his future. If he stays, I can't see him starting. So there's no real point in him being here, because I think he's not going to be happy about being that bit part player at West Ham, because he's not going to be that player that fits the mould of what Potter's looking for. He's not a ball. He was at Stuttgart, but he's not a ball-carrying defender. He can't do that in the Premier League, and he looks like he's got the fear of God into him when he does get the ball to him. He looks like he wants to clear the ball and smash it clear every 2 seconds, and we obviously are going to want to play this kind of deep-lying possession game, which I don't think he's comfortable on the ball with. So if Mavropanos is to leave the club and go to Roma, I do wish him all the best, like I do with every other player. I just want West Ham to be able to generate a reasonable amount of income for the asset. I don't know, like Transfer Market have got him valued at 17 million euros. Do I think he's added any value to what we've paid? Did we pay over the odds from what we should have? Possibly. If we recoup 20 million euros, I'll probably be quite happy. Put that straight into the kitty for West Ham to add to the £55 million, £60 million we get from Kudus. We've got a decent war chest there to start with. I expect more players heading out the door before we maybe see a few more coming in. But times are changing, and the flip of this squad is commencing. So keep your eye on this Mavropanos to Roma deal. It's not confirmed, but it has been announced by several well-respected ITKs in the world. I think other clubs will be interested in Mavropanos for what he brings, height, stature, etc. But I think he doesn't suit the Premier League, and a move to a European country like Italy, like even back to Germany, may work dividends for him as well. So rumours are rife saying Roma are coming in from Mavropanos. What do you think? Put your comments in. Let me know your thoughts. Hit the thumbs up. Please leave a comment and let me know, are you happy with that, or would you prefer West Ham to keep him? Yeah, take it easy.